Good morning, November 14th. I'm Kim McGillis joining you live from Regina, Saskatchewan. It is presently 11 Central Time. And for my friends back home in Ontario, it should be around noon your time. So hello everyone. If you're watching me live, please say hello. Would love to know where you're from. And if you're catching us on the replay, please say replay. I would love to hear from you. I'm so excited about today. We're just gonna log in here. It's very grayish today here in Regina. Actually, it started raining, so not a beautiful day here, but it's okay. You know what? It's a great day for crafting, so I'm okay with that. Just gonna log in here so I could read your comments as we craft along today. Today we're gonna be working on card number 2, and I did ask my husband, Chris, I was like last night, how do you say this word here, since I'm French and stuff, and he is English, so he speaks English primarily. He does speak French as well. Hi Sandy from Winnipeg. Hello Paul from Utah. How are you guys today? Have you been crafting up a storm or not? So this morning, Starbucks is offering their red cups. So we had to pop in, Riley and I. Riley had a pup cup and I had this beautiful cup. And you want to know, it reminds me of the ornament bundle, hang on ornament on page 44. You see like this part here, like I find that the ornaments go with it. I'm personally not somebody that loves these sweet drinks. So I said half sweetened, but I was this sucker that really wanted a cup, so I got one. Hi Christine, how are you? So I don't know if you love sweet coffee or do you prefer like a basic cup of coffee, or as well, are you not a coffee drinker at all? I had my first coffee when I was 36 years old. I studied nursing in university. I practiced nursing for 25 years. And here I never had a coffee and was doing night shifts, double, that sort of thing. But at 36, I started drinking coffee, which is pretty funny actually. So yeah, so we are gonna continue the same series. Sorry, I got it like a hair here. And one of you was asking me how to do a shaker card. So today I'm going to show you how to do a shaker card with the same bundle, the same collection stamp set, but it's going to be a little bit different. Christine is saying that her daughter owns a coffee shop. So I'm assuming you're probably always at the coffee shop, correct? She says she needs it with flavor as well. So I like a little bit of flavor, but not too sweetened. So yeah, so somebody asked me yesterday about doing a shaker card. So I will be showing you a version. If you are more of a basic stamper, I'm also going to show you the different version where it's a lot more simple. So don't run away because you think it's going to be too complicated, but because I had this request yesterday, I decided, you know what, let's show everybody how I did it. I did my shaker card. There's like kind of two versions to do a shaker card. There's the complicated version and then there's the simple version. I like the complicated version, but anyways, that's me. That's how I am. So I am going to turn you down. We are going to start our cards today. So let's give me a second. And then I'm just going to turn this so I could get to see your comments on this side. So if you miss our first day, I am going to do a little recap. That's what I love to do, basically. And I'm just going to turn this off. So even if it's gloomy, we are working once again with early espresso. So I'm going to still keep my same colors because I want a beautiful collection by the end. But you know, you could use any color that you want. I'm also going to be using pecan pie. And I'm going to tell you, it warms my heart when I get orders from customers who are ordering things that I showcase. So I know some of you said that you didn't own pecan pie, and I got a beautiful order yesterday from a customer saying, you know what, I need the cardstock, the refill, I need the ink pad, I need everything that comes with pecan pie because I don't have it. And because of this seasonal sale right now, she saved piles, but that warms my heart. The other thing that we're going to be using in colors is crumb cake once again. So I'm going to be putting this one there as well. And then I'm also going to be using, once again, Petal Pink. Now, some of you yesterday had suggestions about trading the Petal Pink, and you know what? They are all welcome. You don't need to use my exact colors. Hi, Tammy, my little friend from Get to Know. I hope you are well. Oh my gosh, Paul is saying you couldn't have worked a nurse for 25 years. You don't look a day over 35. You're the sweetest. You know what, Paul? I have a 24-year-old daughter, so, and then a 23-year-old, and then a 19-year-old. So yes, I do. And some days getting out of bed, I kind of feel it as well. So that's pretty funny. Okay, so I am going to show you the cards from yesterday. I think some of you really loved it. You've enjoyed it. And then this was the card we made yesterday. It was a snow globe. And I have to say, snow globe brings me back to my childhood, those tradition, the memories, that sort of thing. So I just really love to create a snow globe. We are going to be doing a different one today. So I can't wait to share that part with you. I also showed you, this could be like an ornament, and it was like a shaker one. I just showed you how, like, the look of it. Now today we're going to do something a little bit similar. So it could be an ornament on a Christmas tree, but it could also be a gift tag. So, or even if you're giving wine, actually, you could put it on a wine bottle. So if you have any wine lovers out there, this could be cute as well. And then I also made a mini card, and that's because I want to show you something totally different tomorrow as a package. So I had started this layout as well. I love mini cards. I found they are very cute as well. So today, fun fold day. I just felt like it's Thursday. Come on, whip up a card. It took me about 5 minutes. And I am still going to look at this entire layout. You're going to be using exactly what I showed a little bit, the same products from yesterday. So what you'll be needing today is a piece of cardstock, basic white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So, oh my gosh, Kim, what's going on? How come you're just using this? How are we going to open this card? Well, it's going to be a little bit different today. My second piece still comes from the same collection of designer series paper, just because I want to continue with my same theme. But like I said, you could just tweak how you want. It's up to you. You could choose exactly the paper and layout that you want. This is what I chose for today, and that's okay. So I'm going to be still using this designer series paper. Yesterday I reminded you that $4 Stampin' Up will give to an organization, and they normally tell us the amount of total that they do hand out to the organization. The paper is called Sentimental Christmas, and it does come with bright colors as well. So if you don't have, or you don't like my pecan pie images, then you know that you could just look at this beautiful paper. So I'm just giving you a heads up. It's not an issue. So our paper today, the size will be 4 by 5 1/4, and it's just going to sit in right here. Again, we're blending with our collection from yesterday. I'm just going to add some adhesive, and these poor dears in the back, these Bambis in the back, I'm adding glue. The paper's so pretty, but I just want the snowflakes so I could coordinate once again. If you don't have this designer series paper, but you do have at home a bunch of snowflake stamp sets, I showcased some yesterday, you could also take a piece of cardstock and emboss it with some wow powder and white and create your own look. So if you don't have the designer series paper, this would be an option to just tweak it a little bit and just maybe a little bit more work for you, but still kind of fun. So that would be a great idea. And then I'll be needing a piece of pecan pie that is 3 by 4 1/2. And this is just going to go right here, but I'm not going to glue it right away, because I still want to add that little banner from yesterday. And these are the Round We Go dies, one of them, and I use it constantly as a border I've already pre-cut it in petal pink, and that too I saw in your orders yesterday, which is great. So that means that you love this idea. So I am gonna snip that little piece, and like I said, always keep the leftovers. And this portion is gonna be glued right underneath, and I'm just gonna cut the excess of it. So here we go. So did anybody get the stamp set called Yuletide Village? Is it something that you own? So now we have this little border, but this time it's on the bottom. When we made the card yesterday, I had it on the side, but now we see that it's starting to look like it coordinates, like I'm building this card collection. So now we'll need another piece of cardstock, and this is where my little fun fold that differs from my regular card making. It's gonna be a piece that's 2 3/4 by 8 1/2, and we're gonna score that at 4 1/4. See, Paul said that it was one of the first that jumped in his cart. So I like that. So Paul and I probably have the same style because for myself, it was the same. I really needed that stamp set, and I'm hoping that it comes back. Hi, Joan from Washington State. So happy that you're live. So this part is gonna go here, and then it's gonna open like this. But before I do so, I do wanna add some texture like I did on my original cards. So I'm using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. So I like to take out all my embossing folder, but one of my tips in my craft space is I like to keep this cello and this portion separately. So at least I know what it is from. And then when I do my BOGO sales and that sort of thing, then I could just re-put it back together once the product retires. So that's kind of a fun tip. So I am gonna pull out this part just to show you how we're gonna be doing this. So for this part, what you wanna do is I'm just embossing the top portion. Just gonna go like this. And I'm just gonna slide it in where that fold is. Because I don't wanna emboss the back. I find that it makes the paper not as sturdy, so I still want to keep the base of my card very sturdy. So now this is my front part, this is my back. We already have this little image. This part we can glue now because we've already put our little banner, and you could center it. Now I'm gonna just add some glue on the back right here. And then we're just gonna place that right here. Now, simple so far. Are you following along? No issues. And this is how the card is going to open. So now we have this part done. And then we could stamp a greeting on the inside, whatever you would like. Now comes the fun part. We'll have to decorate. So yesterday I was showing you this big snow globe. Today I'm gonna go with a different snow globe just because I feel like I wanna add a little more. So I'm not sure if you own the snow globes or not, but it's kind of a tradition and a must to have, I feel. Anyways, up to you though, it's up to you. And my snow globe that I'll be using today will be this one here. So a little bit narrower. So that's kind of fun. And if you're wondering where the heck does that come from, it comes from a different collection. So that too is a beautiful collection. We've already done the class in person back home and a couple of kits to go, but really it's on page 33. It's called The Snowy Scenes. So I'll be using this image right here and this image at the bottom. So I do believe in reusing the products that we've purchased, and I thought that this would be very practical to you. So this collection this week, it's my cards by mail offering, and then when you order for $60, you're getting all the pieces pre-cut and pre-scored, and these as well. You just have to do the stamping, so you will need that stamp set if you want it to add them. I decided for this week, when people were ordering for $75, to include the snowflakes for free. So that's my gift to you to say thank you. Because we're using them all week, I said, you know what? Let's not do gems. Let's go and switch it up with this. So that's what I chose to do. So I've already done this image in white cardstock. I've already used a window sheet and I've done this portion here. But I'm also going to be cutting a second piece of white, and you'll see what I mean by that. We'll need it later. And I have some extras because I do want to build a couple more. So they'll be used a little later on. So what we'll be doing, first I'll be stamping my image. And can you guess which image I'm choosing for today's card? Any guess on which one I'll be using? I'm gonna wait in the little comments to see if anybody has any guests for today. So out of all of these, which one do you think? I think Stacy's the one that wanted me to work and do a shaker card. The church. Joan, you are correct. It is the church. So we'll be doing the church today. And I'm going to be stamping in early espresso just like I did yesterday. Just because it's the color I want it to coordinate. I didn't find that it bleeds with the blends because they're alcohol based. It's my go-to and I love it. So that's what I'm going to continue using. So here we have our church. She's like, yes. Stacy's saying yes. It was her, I think, that sent me a message. I haven't answered everybody's message. I'm like quite behind. Okay, so again, I'm gonna use the blends that we've used yesterday because I just want to continue coordinating. So, except this time I'm gonna be using the crumb cake, the light crumb cake. And the church is going to be a crumb cake type of look. I told you to use your fine side of your blends just because it is so delicate that you almost want to use that. And then I'm just going to add some, and really no fancy coloring technique for me today. Can you add a little bit more to create some shadows? Absolutely, but I'm just coloring as we go. This is not a coloring class, it's more of a shaker card image class. So Stacy, I won't put it on an ornament today. I'm gonna put the shaker image on a card, but you could still do the ornaments if ever. I think you were more interested in the version of knowing how to do the shaker component. And the other thing that I wanted to share as well is you'll need window sheets, but also the sticky strips, like the long strips of adhesive. I'll show you what they are to be able to make this shaker component. That's pretty good. I think I've gone, well, we're just gonna add some dark crumb cake, and I find what a difference in the color. Like I feel like the dark is so dark. Right here. I could just do little houses all day, stamp them and decorate them. My husband has been saying, you're stamping so much that he says, I think you need to go back to work. He says, I think you're busier. I was laughing. I was trying to encourage him to come on the live with me. He's like, no way. I was like, come on, please come on the live. I'm gonna go with the light crumb cake here for the top. And then this is like at my house in Ontario, where my crafting office is. There's always lots of snow that accumulates in front of my window. So that reminds me a little bit of back home. And if you're from Regina, well, we are staying on base here. This is our second home. And I have to say that the church here on base is beautiful. If ever you've seen it, part of my stories, it's the oldest building in Regina, apparently. So it's a little tricky for the roof. You need to add some dark right here. And then this is piles of snow there. So it's like the snow has started melting. And then we're gonna use our pecan pie for our door. And like I said, if you wanna go create some shading, are some of you like super experts of coloring with blends? Like, are you advanced, like crazy advanced? Or are you like just more of a recreational crafter and not as advanced? I'd love to know. Paul was mentioning yesterday that it's a very exciting day with Stampin' Up, and he is right. So I got to see with other demonstrators yesterday the new mini catalog that's coming, as well as the celebration catalog, as well as the online exclusives, and we get to order next week. So who else is excited? I'm excited about the mini catalog because it is pretty much the colors that I love. Paul says, ask him which he prefers, crafting or shopping. Oh yeah, I'll ask him that. I actually did ask him. I said, you know what? I was reading comments about my cards from last week about using fresh freesia, which was non-traditional, versus my traditional class that I did in July. And I said, I want your opinion. Chris, which one do you prefer, non-traditional or traditional? And he said traditional. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Anyways, I think traditional won when everybody was sending their comments versus the non-traditional. But like Paul, you had said, it depends who it's gifted to. So that's kind of fun. I know, Paul, that my husband doesn't like to shop at Costco on weekends where it's crazy busy. Okay, so here we have it. I've already fussy cut that part. So now we're going to take out this image, and I am going to pop it up. I'm going to try to find a couple of little dimensionals here. I think I'll need to open a new pack. It's like I'm at the end of this. I'm on the bones of my dimensionals, which is the ribbing of the side. And then we're gonna add this piece right here at the back. See, I'm on bones, but it's okay. And then we're gonna add it, just gonna snip the little piece at the top. I feel like my fussy cutting is a little extreme with it. So now this is gonna come right, feel like here. Love that. And now we're gonna flip it around, and I'm just gonna go and snip like this. Now, this is the fun part that's coming for you, Stacy, so you'll get to see how I do this. So I'm gonna be using this portion right here. And I'm just gonna be adding it around, nothing fancy. I think Sarah, our CEO, did show something on one of her lives, but here I am just going around here. And then I still have to do also underneath, because I want my snowflakes to stay on the inside. Don't leave any little cracks whatsoever. You're better to squish it in if you want it, just because if there's cracks, then it will spread everywhere. And once again, did lots of shaker cards and use these snowflakes, and I still have plenty. So now I'm just adding them in before even removing the adhesive top. Don't put too many because then they don't move around. I'm going to tell you, sometimes what I do with my shakers is I'll do 2 window sheets instead, back to back. But I found that our window sheets are so thick and perfect and beautiful that it makes it like a little tinge of yellow. So I prefer just to use the 1 instead of 2, but it's nice to sandwich your snowflakes, but I decided not to. So this is my window sheet. I don't know if you could get to see it. I know it's a very tiny image and I have like big fingers, but this is how it goes. So there you have this part. Now you're like, I don't like this, Kim. Look at this. So what I did is I went just with my snips. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then just snip that same die cut piece. Remember I said to do 2. And then you're just gonna grab it like that. Gonna grab my perfectly amazing green glue that I love so much, and I'm just gonna add a border of glue just around here. Now today I am showing you the complicated version of making a shaker card. You don't want to do the fussy cutting or that sort of thing of that top image. You don't have to, because there's another way where you could just use a plain square image. If I grab this just like this, and then you would just put underneath your window sheet. I could show you another time. It's very simple, but I didn't want simple. I wanted a little more complicated. Now let's see if our leftover border would fit here. Yes, it does. So I'm just gonna add this little piece right at the bottom to hide this portion right here. If you don't like this color, you could always do white. It depends, whatever you would like. So it's kind of a little bit of surgery. We're crafting surgeons here. So this is going to be my border at the bottom. And then we're going to use this image right here, and that's going to be for the base. So I'm just going to bring this right here. Not too stressed about that little snippet on the side because I'm going to embellish differently. So let me just cut this piece. There you have it. So this is my base. Today I'm going very plain, nothing fancy. And then it's just gonna go right here. And my top part's gonna go right there. So let me lower this just slightly. Gonna add some adhesive on the back. So you wouldn't make 100 of these, let's just say, right? There we have it. Now I'm just gonna take the gold twisted thread, fil torsadé or in French, comes from the online exclusive. So I'm just gonna grab some of it to make my bow, and I told you to just hide that portion. So here we are, twisting around. We also have to add a greeting. We have to add some embellishment. We need to decorate for sure. So I like big fluffy bows. I had one customer that does not love a ribbon at all. Like she's like, I hate ribbon. Can't convince her to love them. And I'm the opposite. I love ribbon. I love embellishments. It's like before in the catalogs, the embellishments used to be at the back. That's the first place I would go. I would shop from the back. Like I would start looking at a new catalog from the back. So there we have it. Look how pretty this is turning. I gotta bring it closely just to show you. It is starting to look so pretty. And here we have the shaker version. And you could always do it as an ornament. The only thing is I added that polka dot ribbon that's also part of our exclusive, and it could have been like that, Just gonna bring a little piece here, and we are gonna take out our ink that is crumb cake. So if you are working on Christmas cards, what collection are you currently using? I would love to know. So I brought back the image from this stamp set, Snowy Wonder, and I'm using the Let It Snow. So that's the image that I chose. And then I'm just gonna fussy cut that portion as well. And I'm gonna show you the basic card as well, just so you get to see a simplified version. My goal is to help you all. If you're a simple stamper, then I want you to see simple cards. If you're not a simple stamper, then I wanted you to see a fancy card. I'm a people pleaser, so I just want to make everyone happy. And then we're just gonna add that right here. So I just decided to pop that. Again, I will take out my fine glue, and I'm just gonna add one little loose snowflake right here. Joan said that she made some from Reindeer Fun yesterday. That's so fun. And then I'm just gonna add another little guy somewhere on the opposite side, because I like to go with odd numbers. Maybe down here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna move all of these out of my way so you get to see. So there you have it. And then I'm just gonna take another greeting, Season's Greetings. And then once again, you know what? I could go and stamp one of the images on the inside, the same church if I wanted to. So now we have to just open it. It's tiny. We're just opening it like this. So I'm gonna use the greeting from the same stamp set, and we're just gonna add it here. And I'm also gonna take my early espresso and give me a second. I do not want a little mess here. Wait a second. I got a piece of cardstock. Just to go right here. I'm adding my church right there. So if you want to color it, you can color it. It's up to you, but I just find that it just adds a little bit of element. Joan is saying she's still trying to get the decorative tree bundle. I have it. I haven't created with it. So now let's go with the simple version. So this is a simple version with no shaker. It's more of a flat surface. I think I like the simple version, which is very uncommon for me. So do you prefer the simple version or the shaker version? Which one is your favorite? I'm going to try to go a little closer so you get to see. Anyways, you know that I always post on my blog, kimmcgillis.com, the images so you'll get to see them even better. Paul is going to Costco after my live. I love that. Let us know what you're getting. Christine loves this shaker. See, I'm always amazed. So let's grab some of our crafting projects from yesterday and today. This is starting to look so good. I don't know if I could fit them all, but they are coming along. Joan is saying regular boat are beautiful. Well, that's very kind. So you know I'll have a display like at the end of the week. Imagine these colors for gingerbread. That would be nice. Lori loves the shaker. Paul says the shaker more interactive. Wow, I'm amazed and I'm actually surprised that you love the shakers. So you'll want to look at my site just because I will add a couple of extra projects just to make it more fun. But it is lurking. Let's pull them a little higher. Great. Kind of fun. For me, when I'm looking at my screen, it is very soft. Like it's a very soft look when you look at them together. But the fact that we used a church, there's still 2 other homes to use. So you know what's coming tomorrow, right? It's going to be something a little bit different to show you the rest of the collection of like these. Very cute. So I'm hoping that you liked my project today. If so, I want some thumbs up. Please share if ever you have loved this collection. It was a little bit maybe more complicated today, but I just thought that I would help her and redo this shaker card just to show you the image and actually do like a little fun fold at the same time. So good shopping, Paul, at Costco. For my friends that love Starbies, don't forget to go get your red cup and your holiday drink. I'd love to know what type of drink that you select. I just find them a little too sweet. Tammy, don't forget to go get your little red cup. And I will see you tomorrow live for Friday. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.